As the world falls away, and I can't find a reason. As the world turns to gray, it's killing me unwillingly, and I am just the same as you.
Hey guys, Lonely Found by Foy here, and since that Christian Miracle is sending the WWE movie this time after for so long, I decided to react to it. The movie he's going to send is Knucklehead. Now, I did hear of Knucklehead in 2010 when I was 12 years old, but at the same time I never have interested into watching WWE movies. However, I heard mostly from him that Knucklehead is one of the worst WWE films in WWE history. I think that this movie could be worse than Way to Rumble if Christian Miracle is ever going to send that movie in the future. But my point is that Knucklehead is really embarrassing with the world's largest act like The Big Show during that time. Since that, in 2010, he was a face. And you know that he's going to do a lot of comedic things, which is going to be very humiliating for him. Now, I haven't watched this movie, but I'd rather watch this video so I don't have to watch the movie by myself. Because it's better than watching the movie getting sent than not watching the entire movie at all. Anyway, let's begin. I wonder what his opinions on Super Showdown is going to be like once he sends it next week, maybe. And follow cool background. Worst WWE film ever. Well, maybe you probably didn't watch Way to Rumble if that actually makes sense, but at the same time, it's not a WWE film. I'm just referring to wrestling movies.
35 seconds of logos.
Of course.
You're just jealous that I got Dorothy.
Well, unless Henry is gender fluid, I don't see a reason why he would be jealous at cross-dressing as Dorothy.
Next American Idol? Or a fat schlub like you?
Obvious spoiled kid is obvious. I'm gonna guess the reason Todd was put up for adoption was because his spoiled behavior proved too much for his parents to handle, who were likely at fault for it anyway.
I am not going down in flames because of you.
Don't worry, Todd, it's not this fat schlub, as you quote it, who's gonna make you go down in flames.
Jeez.
I could barely contain myself.
Sarcasm.
It wouldn't hurt you to try just a little bit harder.
This is exactly what Melora Hardin also said to the screenwriters of this terrible movie.
I guess.
Just bear with us.
Sister Francesca can also sense that this entire film is gonna flop big time. Man, it feels like everyone can sense it, and we're only 2 minutes into this 100-minute film. Also,
Okay.
Sister Francesca is clearly wearing lipstick, and from what I understand, nuns are actually forbidden to use any form of cosmetics.
Tell them, Toto. Look,
You see, that's not trying hard enough, Henry. It wasn't the crawling or the barking Mary was talking about earlier. It was the lack of acting skills.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the studios in WWE literally didn't know how to hire good, talented young stars. I mean, the same thing happens with the prequels where they had to get a longer Anakin, which didn't work out well. Yeah, getting on stars who are under the age of 18 is very difficult, especially on the teens.
How in the ever-loving fuck did this orphanage manage to find a fairy costume large enough to fit Walter Crunk in such short notice? Hell, they didn't even have time to change the casting of the programs. This is honestly the biggest mystery of the entire film, if you ask me.
Yeah.
under the house.
The Good Witch of the North is right behind you, you moron.
Jeez. Oh my god.
At one moment when a stage destruction caused by a malfunctioning machine was the best part of this otherwise boring stage play.
Huh.
What the hell? They got 2 orphans to play, Toto? This is all your fault, Stare.
Of course.
Finally be able to stop hustling dumps like this.
Cameramen once again filming the actors talking to each other in private about this movie.
I'm shaking in my very expensive shoes.
With this obvious sarcasm coming from Earl, how does Eddie not realize that he's more than likely found someone much more bigger and athletic as the opponent? Also, Rich Jerkface remarks about the expensiveness of his clothes cliche. Of course.
Yeah.
Played the Good Witch when nobody else could.
Yes, and that went so well.
Sister Francesca would be great at Cinema Sins 2 expansion. First time I've ever said that a nun would be a great sinner.
Huh?
Don't have it? I'll give you a little taste of what's in store. You want me to hit him? That would be very effective.
But we're not in New Orleans right now. You said you would give Eddie a taste of what's in store if he doesn't have the money post New Orleans. Did time fly so quickly?
Hit them on the end of your chances, no?
Even Red Rum would be great at Cinema Sins 2 expansion.
Everyone who's probably part of this movie pretty much good at your expansion. Seriously, I swear, it's like everyone pretty much knew this movie's going to suck, but they do it anyway for a paycheck.
After getting punched in the face by a heavyweight fighter, Eddie somehow hasn't suffered so much as a nosebleed, or even a black eye.
Kids movie. Oh my god.
And thus starts the overdose of toilet humor jokes in a movie simply made to make fun of the Big Show's size.
I really feel bad for Big Show in this movie. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking when he was doing this role. This completely embellished his entire career as a, well, his run in the PG era. Seriously, this is how bad WWE got when it just turned to PG 2 years ago by the time this movie was released.
There is no way in hell Henry can't see the obvious fire hitting the ground and growing bigger, or feel the sudden rise in temperature. This movie really likes to poke fun at logic.
Oh my
See,
god.
Walter can smell the fire from all the way near the bathroom, and yet Henry, who's literally beside the fucking fire, can't? Good lord, this shit is stupid.
Enough money to pay all our bills.
Place of business is falling apart due to financial problems, and it's
Of
up to our
course.
protagonist to save that cliche. It's one of those movies.
Yeah.
We could order takeout.
3 times a day, every day, 365 days a year? Not likely.
Yeah,
I
not
understand
like
you have a
it.
joke to do.
Oh my god, that is the worst accent attempt I've ever heard. Skip!
Ooh.
Just one more chance.
Okay.
What?
What?
That is the worst accent I've ever heard.
Hey, that's what I said. Concussion.
Oh my
And now we have to sit through nearly a full minute of Eddie walking back and forth debating on whether or not he should pray.
Huge fan. I love your work.
In one of the worst movies I've ever seen, I've now seen the worst prayer ever, and I've heard cringe attempts at praying before. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to confess my sins. Oh, wait a minute, I sin all the time.
But Knucklehead,
Roll credits. No, seriously, please roll the credits
Of
already.
course, you want this movie to end quickly.
Walter falling out of the window, coincidentally at the moment Eddie's begging for a sign of Jesus.
If you're looking to be a three-time champion,
3-time champion? Okay, let me ask, has anybody wanted to get into MMA fighting with the purpose of becoming a 3-time champion right on the dot? Instead of a 4-time or even a 10-time champion?
Multiple time champion is better than
Eddie
3-time
repeating the scenes
champion.
from his promo video.
I saw that in the trailer multiple
you're an idiot.
times.
And that's just what I was about to say.
call me Eddie.
See, the thing is, Eddie,
That line alone makes it pretty obvious that Eddie and Mary are gonna hook up by this film's end. It's been done in so many movies.
take a minute, take 2.
Jesus, is literally everybody clumsy in this movie? Did the director just walk up to the actors and say, okay, you need to walk outside, but act all clumsy and try to knock everything down on the way out? Take 1, and
Oh my
action.
god.
You got my computer, you know how nuns around.
That's nuncist.
Think about it.
Copyright infringement. Yes, I just said that in a movie. What more do you want from me?
Here, and here.
Seeing Big Show portraying a 7-foot, 500-pound wimp is not funny. I'm sorry, it's not.
I don't know about this.
Damn, it feels like about 90% of the dialogue in this movie was taken
Wow.
from cameramen snooping on the
What is
actors
with
talking
the
about the movie
people
in
who
private and
make
ended
these
up making the
types of
final cut.
WWE movies?
Mr. Sullivan?
Please, you can call me Eddie.
Don't call me by my surname, cliche.
Walter's first match is today.
You've only discovered him like an hour or so ago, and you already got Walter booked for a match? When the hell did you do that? Also, short notice on professionalism.
And he's a lot bigger.
Since when the hell did Victor Sullivan meet up with Walter? I swear there are a lot of plot holes throughout this entire movie.
Yeah, oh my god.
Go get yourself
Eddie just referred to Mary as Walter. What a dumbass.
Walt, what the hell is this?
Did Eddie seriously think that Walter had fighting gear with him? No one packed any bags prior to leaving the orphanage. Hello?
Oh my god. This movie is starting to get worse and worse, and it's a good thing I didn't watch this movie. Anyway, I'll see you in part 2.